Hi, it's Patrick Hutzel from Intensive Care at Home, where we provide tailor-made solutions for long-term ventilated adults and children with tracheostomies by improving their quality of life, and where we also provide tailor-made solutions to hospitals and intensive care units to save money and resources whilst providing quality care. In last week's blog I shared, is an NFR or a withdrawal of treatment, quote unquote, in the best interest for long-term ventilated adults and children with tracheostomies in intensive care. You can check out last week's blog by clicking on the link below this video. In this week's blog I want to share intensive care at home, how to do more with less. Most of our clients enjoy a good quality of life at home, and if you've asked them and their families whether they ever want to go back to intensive care, the answer is a rather obvious no. The quality of life our clients enjoy at home, instead of being confined to an intensive care bed, certainly comes with challenges, as a home care environment for higher acuity patients has fewer resources compared to an intensive care environment. The bottom line, however, is that less is often more, and nothing could be more true when it comes to the quality of life, and in some instances to the quality of end of life for long-term ventilated adults and children with tracheostomies in their own home. Imagine you or one of your family members is dependent on a ventilator with tracheostomy in intensive care. You are awake, conscious, but you are dependent on other people and on life support. Wouldn't it be nice if someone came to you and offered you to go home? Sounds crazy? Not for us at Intensive Care at Home, as we've been making it happen for our clients over and over again, and the clients and their families very much appreciate to stay at home instead of being a long-term patient in intensive care. The fact of the matter is that hospitals, intensive care units, departments of health and private health insurances don't need to spend $5,000 per bed day in intensive care to look after long-term ventilated adults and children with tracheostomies. The fact of the matter is that a significant proportion of that cost for a bed day in intensive care could be used for other, more acutely unwell patients in intensive care, when more intensive care units would look at sending long-term ventilated adults and children with tracheostomies home with our services. Point in case, not only do we successfully provide those services at home, other services in Europe have been providing intensive care at home services for nearly 2 decades now. So the question is, why do most Australian intensive care units continue to waste millions of dollars of taxpayers' money by keeping long-term ventilated adults and children with tracheostomies in intensive care for longer than necessary? What are your thoughts? Do you think that less is more in a home care environment for long-term ventilated adults and children with tracheostomies compared to a long-term stay in intensive care? What do you think? Leave your comments on the blog. For more information, contact me on 041 094 2230 or email me at patrick@intensivecareathome.com.au. That's Patrick with a K. We're also currently hiring enthusiastic and experienced intensive care nurses with critical care certificate for ventilated clients in Melbourne. We would also like to hear from you if you have a minimum of 2 years pediatric ICU experience, as we have opportunities there as well. For more information, check out our career section on our website, and again, you can contact me if you have any questions around that. If you want to know more how we can help you, your intensive care unit, or if you are a family member who has a loved one in intensive care, ventilated and on tracheostomy, please contact us as well. Thank you for tuning into this week's blog. This is Patrick Hutzel from Intensive Care at Home, and I see you again next week in another update.